it's Reem and Roshan once again from the Thammasat Stadium, and today we saw 4 teams confirm their spot in the quarterfinals. From Group B, the top 2 to advance are Saudi Arabia, followed by Syria, who will play Australia and Thailand respectively. And the games that just ended here, Saudi versus Syria, Roshan, Firas Al Buraikan broke the deadlock late in the game in the 80th minute, but it was a pretty one-sided affair throughout, wasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, at one point I was thinking, do Saudi Arabia not want to score here, because they created chance after chance. They were the better side. They were so imaginative, so creative with their play today. There was a different setup in terms of their shape. We've seen them with the back 3 or back 5 in their first 2 matches. They went with a back 4. And there was a lot more invention in attack. There was a lot more bodies being pushed forward in those attacking positions. Al Saluli was getting involved. Al Ghanem as well on the other side, all supporting, looking to support Al Buraikan. And they created lots of chances. Dubesh, the left back, playing as a left back rather than wing back today, getting forward as well down the left hand side. So did Sawat Abdullah down the right hand side. So they had a lot of the ball, had a lot of possession. I thought they got in behind Syria quite comfortably, quite easily, and created really good chances. And I'm not talking about half chances, I think really good chances. And it was one of those strange situations where at times, you know, the player would miss kick it in a good position, the ball would take a bobble off the turf, or there'd be a Syrian defender coming in to clear the ball off the line. So I mean, in the end, they got their reward. They deserved to win this game. They got the goal, got the 3 points and finished top of the group.
And in the other Group B match that took place at the Rajamangala Stadium, it was Qatar versus Japan. It ended 1-1, but plenty of drama here, Roshan. Japan had a red card early on, awarded to Tanaka. And then there was a VAR decision that went against them as well, even though they scored earlier to level things up. That is 3 penalties against Japan throughout this competition. Would you just call this unlucky, or are the players lacking in experience?
There's certainly an element of frustration and an element of misfortune, I think, for this Japanese side. I think certain moments in matches have gone against them and haven't gone their way. It's almost, I think of Iran, for example, and how just to sidetrack a little bit, Iran, for example, and how it's been a week where they've forgotten how to finish off their opportunities. And for Japan, it's almost been a week where just things somehow haven't seemed to have gone their way, in this competition. So props to them for playing with 10 men for large parts of that game and still putting in such a really good, strong performance. Ogawa scored a goal, took a heavy deflection, ended up in the back of the net. But the way that they fought in that game was great to see. And I think they'll take some encouragement from the fact that this performance is a good one to sort of exit the tournament on. Bigger picture, not great, but looking at the performance here with 10 players was impressive for me. For Qatar, again, that lack of attacking quality coming back to bite them. They really struggled in this game, and again, they didn't quite put Japan under pressure, even though they were playing with that disadvantage of a player less.
And in the earlier kickoff, it was Group C, and Korea Republic along with Uzbekistan are through to the last 8. And Iran, speaking of, they must be very disappointed in themselves because they needed Uzbekistan to lose, they needed to win. All those things happen, and yet they're still not through, Roshan.
Yes, they just didn't score enough goals, and I think that's been the theme for them in this competition. I've been impressed with their overall play. I think there's a good style of play in there. I think they've got good individuals. They've got talented players. They created opportunities. Again, they created chances, not just half chances, but good chances in all their 3 games. The first game against Uzbekistan, they had good opportunities, open sights at goal, and then couldn't quite find the finishing touch, couldn't finish off those chances. Against Korea Republic as well, they had opportunities. And against China, it should have been more than just a 1-0. It's so frustrating for them, and they'll feel that real frustration because, as you said, they couldn't do their bit. They couldn't get the goals that they needed to get. They picked up a win. Uzbekistan lost their match, and that disappointment will be felt very strongly in that Iran camp.
So Uzbekistan lost 2-1 to Korea Republic, but I think from that match itself, easily Korea could have scored a couple more goals.
Absolutely. And I think Uzbekistan have got to really wake up here if they want to qualify for the Olympics, because the performances over the last 3 matches hasn't been good enough. Okay, China perhaps aside, but then everyone had a good result against China, had a good performance against China. They've really got to pick up the tempo, really got to pick up the performances. There's not been too much from Uzbekistan in an attacking sense as well. So that's been a little bit disappointing for me. Something for Drulovic to go and work on ahead of the next stage of the competition. So yeah, Korea Republic so far, for me, look like the favourites to go all the way through here, because They make changes into the squad, they still maintain a certain level of quality, and they've been quite exciting to watch. Play with a really good tempo, good intensity, and they finished top of the group. Perfect, 3 wins out of 3.
Yep, as always, thanks for that, Roshan, and thank you for watching. Tomorrow, another decisive day, and it's for Group B as they kick off their final round of matches. That's it from us. As always, keep yourself posted by following the AFC digital channels. Good night.